today, but is there with I obviously, and Ras Elliott will be obviously explaining to us what is Rototom Power Collective about, the history of the project, and most important thing, how can we strengthen this project? How can we support this project? So welcome once again. My name is Ras Giulio, by the way, and once again I'm blessed to sit with the elders. We have Ras Ibi here, and Ras Elliott. Would you introduce yourself kindly? Would you talk a little bit to I and I?
Talk from here?
Yes, you can talk from here.
This?
Use this. Yes, this is for you. Yes.
Glory to word, glory to sound, glory to the true and living eye of iration. Emperor Haile I Selassie I the First, Kedamawa Tinestistlin. Wadada. Wadada in Amharic means love. So I and I as Rastafari greet each and every one with what? Love. Pure and simple and perfect. And there's not any partiality. That's why Rastafari go on through all tribulation from that time to this time. Because no partiality means what? The universal. Well, creation give unto I and I, the sons and daughters of creation, universality. When I and I are truly universal in terms of the humanity of the whole thing. Well, what is it? It's perfect love. So that is Rastafari call. What was hidden from the wise and the prudent, now reveal unto the babe and suckling. So that's telling I and I that no matter where you come from, what you see in terms of your identity as a person, well, from there's no partiality, that means universality is for one and all. Well, that's it. That's why Jah give I and I life to reach that heights. So far, humankind has been pretty much a failure, universally, because I and I, as the sons and daughters, have not reached to where we must reach to overcome Babylon. Well, what is Babylon? Babylon is the force that holds back love. And it comes from all direction and all manifestation. So Jah put words into I and I mouth so that his love and her love can prosper. So I just sharing that little thought, because when it comes to talking about the Word Sound Power Collective, it's a very important part of the movements forward. So I'm going to try and speak to that while sharing some basic information about the collective and its work. Okay. There are many elders in Jamaica, Sheshamani, and elsewhere who biologically come before I. But I fit into that category of elder based on my biological age. But more importantly, where I'm coming from in terms of my own tribe in Rastafari. Well, I reach a place now where I am an elder advisor to the Word Sound Power Collective, which is based out of the USA, but as Ras Giulio was saying, is really an international brother and sisterhood. Word Sound Power Collective represent the interests of those ancients who have come before and are still here amongst I and I. Those are the first and second generation. The revelation of Rastafari is coming from 1930. So some of those who entered into the faith in those early days were older ones as well, and they have passed on now. But the period that is more familiar to most ones is that period of Rastafari after Jamaican independence, because you would have to say that in Jamaica, independence freed up certain vibration. It was a struggle still, but younger ones were coming into the faith as things like Jamaican music start to grow. So from the start of the ska era coming up, there has always been a Rastafari presence in the music, but it really reached its strength in the 70s. So in the 70s, ones, I man's age, from all different part of Jamaican society start to come into the faith, in part because of this overlap with the popular culture. Well, the golden age of reggae now is where this idea of a word sound power collective come from, because the Rastafari message, which originate in Jamaica and other parts of the African world, especially in the Caribbean, spread far and wide through the music. I would probably say most of the eye are familiar with Rastafari through the music that introduced you to that. Okay, so it wasn't always the case that the attempt to care for the old, provide for the sick, take care of the youth, free up the prisoner. This is the Rastafari creed. Let the hungry be fed, the sick nourished, the aged protected, and the infant cared for. That's how I and I want to be. We want to fulfill the creed, because when we fulfill the creed, we reach that place which is perfect love, universally. So without works, the words are empty. Rastafari says words without works is a spiritual death. We don't want to be spiritually dead, we want to live. So what the Word Sound Power Collective really does now is try to give to those who pass through great tribulation. There are still survivors of the Coral Gardens massacres, which came in the early 60s, soon after Jamaican independence. They tear down the Dungle, which become Tivoli Gardens, and move out all of the Rasta people and other sufferers from the ghetto. So the government of Jamaica, coming after the Queen's colonial system, wasn't something that gives strength to Rastafari. It used Rastafari to keep down the people. And Rastafari gets castigated in a place like Jamaica. So it's like a perpetual war between the ghetto sufferer and the poor people and Jamaican government, because they use all kind of strategy to hold back. So there's not really public health care in Jamaica. If you don't have money, you cannot pay a doctor. You cannot go to the hospital if you don't have money. So these elder Rastafari who have paved the way, they're few in numbers, but their needs are extreme because of their condition. Some of them have cancer. Some of them don't have food. Some of them don't have a loved one. So there are all kinds of needs. And the collective now is just about that. identify the needs, address the needs through what? Donations from the goodwill people who recognize a need and want to do something to help. Okay, so Ras Scott, who unfortunately could not come today, and I are representing the Word Sound Power Collective here at Rototom Sunsplash. It's the first time, you would call it officially, that the delegation has come to Rototom, but Ras Flacco, who is a well-known elder and has been coming to Rototom under the auspices of the House of Rastafari, who are hosting this event today and here throughout the Rototom Sunsplash, are already supporting the work of the collective. Ras Flacco is the only elder living in Jamaica who is able to administer whatever funds the collective brings together to help someone. So in a way, it's still a very much hand-to-mouth type of organization, because the money literally goes from hand to mouth. That's how the needs are. So to address the needs, what I'm trying to do as the elder advisor is to help grow the organization so ones and ones can know that there is a place where they can contribute to the elder care of the ancients. That is the special mission of the Word Sound Power Collective.